Welcome back, spirits of vengeance, to a Ghost Rider vlog.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Ghost Rider vlog. This week we're going to talk about Ghost Rider number 73, also titled Tears of a Clown, and the Ghost Rider versus the Circus of Crime. Our story picks up more or less where we left off everything last time. Johnny has been captured. While they were planning to do something to him, a few of the members of the circus wanted to actually kill him. However, the clown has decided the best idea actually is to tie him up, as his plans are not to actually kill or harm anyone, but he has other ideas because, in fact, he does know what happened to his father. He takes the Circus of Crime and takes them to Quentin's Carnival, the carnival that we've been following that Johnny Blaze has been working through. And whilst there, he puts on a good show of him putting down Quentin, Red, and also keeping the reporter captured there, and then tells the others to leave while he makes negotiations more peacefully. What he actually is doing is he's talking to Quentin, Red, and the rest of the crew there in order to plan a big coup with the circus criminals pretending to be like they're going to be the new heads up. But it turns out that his plan is to turn all the carnies against them, as he knows that they're the ones that have been causing all this trouble. And in hopes of turning these guys in, they might also get their money back and protection back in order to keep the carnival running. Otherwise, they're dead in the water right now. While this is a whole setup is being planned, Johnny is seeing visions of the Ghost Rider, who has been put away for the last week or so, and is getting extremely frustrated, especially due to the fact that if he would have been let go a long time ago, he and Johnny could have easily escaped by this point. But Eli's plans go as smoothly as they had hoped. A lot of the carnies start turning on the Circus of Crime, and first they use an elephant to capture the strong man. The acrobatic brothers are taken down by the dancers, and Red manages to trick the lasso man into using his lasso and getting caught in the electrical feed from the bumper cars, jolting him and knocking him out. The cannon man tries to shoot Quentin in the back with himself, but the reporter's there to thankfully push the cannon upright just enough so that he misfires and gets caught and knocked unconscious inside the Ferris wheel. However, the one member who is getting away is the fire spitter. He uses a couple of discs that he has that are not unlike sending off a couple rounds of napalm into any direction where he sends them to explode, forcing the clown to have to chase after him in order to keep up, the only person who at this point could keep up. But as this is all going on, Johnny finally gets out the skirts of the carnival and sees his place go up. As it explodes, he looks down to see his leathers and the vision of the Ghost Rider once again urging him to change. Now is the time that he needs to. Vengeance needs to be wrought, and only he can stop the massacre going on down below and possibly stop anyone else from getting harmed. However, the clown does manage to catch up with the fire spitter, and as they have their duel, an unexplained wall of fire suddenly pops up, even stopping the fire spitter. And from that particular wall of fire comes the visage of the cackling Ghost Rider. After throwing one of his disc bombs at the Ghost Rider, and the Ghost Rider literally absorbing the fire into himself, the fire spitter is left with the choice from the Ghost Rider: face the flames or face him. The man head dives long into the wall of fire and comes out the other side and is put out by some of the carnies, but then they also quickly question what would urge a man to jump like that. Red had overheard the laughter coming from the other side. He knew instantly, because he has experienced the creature before, that the Ghost Rider was over there, which means that Johnny was trying to help in the only way that he possibly could and not induce harm to himself. Although the clown Eli was the one that set up this whole thing to capture all the circus criminals, the Ghost Rider does not know this, but does know that Eli is guilty of many other things. So, in his attempt to break free, the Ghost Rider captures him and gives him the Hellfire treatment. Eli relives his past from childhood into his current state, showing us everything from his father trying to train him to be the best clown he ever was, to being one of the best clowns in the world, but not getting the money that he felt he deserved, to joining up with the Circus of Crime, and the massive amounts of wealth they took that they stole from people as they used their brainwashing techniques to allow them to rob people. But then his long history of facing up against the Fantastic Four and Spider-Man previously, which would continuously throw him into jail. And his earnest desire to go straight and not go back to the circus, to the point that he also even wanted to give up the face paint, but was not allowed to share this with his father, as his father is now currently trapped in the hospital needing monetary help, which is what his false reason for joining back up with the circus was. But of course, reliving all of his frustrations, fears, angers, and desires is hell enough for anyone, especially at this point. And so he's not as bad as some of the Ghost Rider's other victims, but he is left kneeling there, crying to himself, just begging for a chance to make things right with his father. Red comes in time to stop the Ghost Rider from doing any further harm by telling him that he got the wrong man and that he did not need this treatment, that he was not guilty of the things that had gone on in the circus. Matter of fact, he's the one that set up everything to try and stop these men, and that no one had escaped. The Ghost Rider finally turns his back into Johnny before Red, and Red finally admits everything he's been knowing about Johnny for the last couple months now. And they make good on their partnership for now, but also question what will happen to the circus, as we also see the circus in ruins, and we're not sure if there's anything that could be done money-wise to actually help fix the circus at this point. And thus ends our episode for today. Not to be continued, but kinda sort of is, as we don't know what the state of the circus is going to be at this point. However, we have finished our main story, which is the Circus of Crime, and Johnny is on even better standing with Red, as now he's aware of Red's understanding of Johnny's predicament, and that they can go ahead as a decent partnership now without having to hide everything from Red, at least. Thus ends our issue for today. Again, like last time, very nice artwork in here. The story was a decent two-parter and is wrapped up pretty nicely. And we have some background issues like the circus to look forward to in the next issue. So that's all for now. I'll see you all next time.